In a dramatic escalation of tensions in the Middle East, recent events have illustrated a profound shift in the geopolitical dynamics involving Israel and Iran. As missiles streaked across the skies during Passover, a period traditionally marked by reflection and celebration, the people of Israel found themselves ensconced in fear, driven underground into bunkers as a barrage of over 100 missiles and drones targeted their homeland. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, sent a stark message to the Israeli government, particularly targeting Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The IRGC's operation, dubbed True Promise 4, marked a pointed escalation, with its 88th wave aiming directly at the heart of Israeli civilian and military infrastructure. The conflict's escalation was underscored by a chilling statement from Brigadier General Majid Mousavi of the IRGC. Asterix repeated sirens and shaking inside shelters, narrow and dark basement as Iran rains down missiles. This was part of Netanyahu's holiday gift to the Zionists. Absolutely declared, emphasizing the psychological and physical toll the conflict has taken on Israeli citizens. The timing of this offensive, coinciding with Passover, was clearly orchestrated to deliver a symbolic blow, highlighting the vulnerability of Israel amidst its festive period. Iran's aims appear to extend beyond mere military posturing. Recent reports suggest a calculated strategy targeting Israel's critical lifelines, including food, water, and communication infrastructures. Such actions could potentially cripple Israel's civilian systems, raising alarm about the broader implications of the shadow war. Notably, a ballistic missile launched from Iran, reportedly carrying a cluster warhead, struck central Israel, marking a significant escalation in both the weaponry used and the areas targeted. The attack, which included impacts near Tel Aviv, Israel's bustling metropolis, initially reported no injuries. However, the psychological impact, and residents now facing the grim reality of missiles landing perilously close to heavily populated areas, cannot be overstated. The situation further intensified as Hezbollah, the Lebanon-based militant group backed by Iran, ramped up its involvement in the conflict. Major General Ali Abdullahi, a senior Iranian military figure, praised Hezbollah's decisive actions, which reportedly included 43 attacks on Israeli targets within a mere 24-hour window. Asterix American and Zionist enemies who, based on wrong calculations, believe the Islamic resistance front was weak and on the verge of collapse, have in practice been confronted with its unparalleled power. Abdullahi asserted, highlighting the strategic miscalculations purportedly made by Israel and its allies, including the United States. Iran's supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, has also vocalized support for Hezbollah's intensified presence on the battlefield, pledging continued backing both politically and financially. The implications of Su's support are far-reaching, potentially altering the balance of power in the region and challenging Israel's security apparatus. The emboldened stance of Iran and its allies poses a formidable challenge to Israeli defense strategies, particularly as the conflict spills over into critical infrastructure. A particularly troubling development involves Iran allegedly targeting Israel's water infrastructure, raising specters of a potential humanitarian crisis. On the night of April 1st, an Iranian bomblet reportedly caused significant damage to a major water main, illustrating how even minor attacks can wreak havoc on essential services. The Times of Israel reported that this incident in central Israel prompted a swift response from rescue teams who raced to manage flooding and secure the area against further disruptions. Iran's military campaign has also expanded to include drone attacks aimed at what it describes as critical industrial and high-tech hubs within Israel. The Iranian Gov. Erman has justified these actions by accusing companies like Siemens and AT&T of indirectly supporting Israeli military operations. The strikes, which reportedly targeted facilities near Ben Gurion Airport and the strategic port city of Haifa, are believed to have disrupted key nodes within Israel's security and civilian networks. Iran's portrayal of these sites as brain hubs for advanced control systems underscores its intent to undermine Israel's technological backbone. The current hostilities reflect a broader geopolitical struggle with implications that extend beyond the immediate region. The targeting of industrial software centers and telecom research hubs by Iran is indicative of a shift towards cyber and infrastructure warfare, a domain increasingly recognized as pivotal in modern conflicts. Iran's focus on these strategic centers, deemed vital to Israel's capabilities, suggests a long-term strategy aimed at weakening its adversaries' operational efficiency and morale. Thanks. Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps announcement of the 88th wave of Operation True Promise 4 marks a significant escalation in the region's tensions. Reports cited by the Times of Israel detail the use of Iranian missiles armed with cluster warheads, which have caused injuries and heightened fears among the Israeli populace. The densely populated areas of Ramat Gan and Petah Tikva have been particularly affected, illustrating the far-reaching impact of these attacks on urban centers. Iran's broader strategy appears to encompass maritime assets as well, with claims of targeting cargo ships associated with Israel, such as the Harang Express, further expanding the scope of its military operations. As the conflict continues to unfold, the international community watches with bated breath, aware that the outcomes of these hostilities could reshape alliances and power structures within the Middle East. The unfolding drama serves as a stark reminder of the fragile nature of peace and the ever-present threat of escalation in a region fraught with historical tensions and unresolved grievances. The situation remains fluid, with both sides poised to respond to each new provocation, underscoring the urgent need for diplomatic engagement and conflict resolution to prevent further deterioration of regional stability. In the heart of the Middle East, a region perpetually on the edge of conflict, recent developments have further intensified the already strained relationship between Israel and Iran. The latest escalation has not only deepened the geopolitical rift, but has also underscored the complexities and the potential for broader regional instability. This dramatic surge in tensions finds its roots in the current dynamics between Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, and the Israeli government, particularly under the leadership of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The conflict reached a new zenith during the Passover holiday, a time traditionally dedicated to reflection and celebration for the Jewish community. Instead, the period was marred by fear and uncertainty as the IRGC launched Operation True Promise 4, firing over 100 missiles and drones into Israeli territory. This offensive was not just a display of military might, but also a psychological attack aimed at the Israeli populace, forcing many into underground bunkers and shelters. The IRGC's actions were accompanied by a chilling declaration from Brigadier General Majid Mousavi. Asterisks, repeated sirens, and shaking inside shelters, narrow and dark basement as Iran rains down missiles. This was part of Netanyahu's holiday gift to the Zionists, he asserted, emphasizing the dual objective of inflicting both physical and psychological distress on the Israeli public. The timing of these attacks during Passover was likely a calculated move by Iran to exploit a period of vulnerability, aiming to undermine Israeli morale and demonstrate the reach and precision of its military capabilities. Thanks. His period of heightened tension has further isolated Netanyahu, with Iran squarely placing the blame on his leadership for the current state of affairs. Tehran's narrative suggests that Netanyahu's policies and actions have directly contributed to the current climate of fear and insecurity within Israel. Beyond the immediate military confrontations, Iran's strategy appears to encompass a broader scope, targeting Israel's critical infrastructure. Reports have suggested that Iran is now eyeing Israel's essential lifelines, such as food, water, and communication systems. This shift in focus signifies a strategic move to cripple Israel's civilian infrastructure, potentially causing widespread disruption and panic. A notable incident involved a ballistic missile launched from Iran, reportedly equipped with a cluster warhead, which struck central Israel. This attack marked a significant escalation both in terms of the weaponry used and the areas targeted, including regions near Tel Aviv, Israel's largest city. The psychological impact of these attacks cannot be understated. While initial reports indicated no injuries, the mere proximity of missile strikes to densely populated urban areas has heightened public fear and anxiety. In the ultra-Orthodox city of Bnei Brak, a fragment from an Iranian bomb reportedly ruptured a major water main, illustrating how even minor damage can severely disrupt daily life by affecting essential urban infrastructure. This incident prompted swift action from rescue teams who rushed to manage the flooding and assess any potential casualties. Iran's military has also claimed responsibility for a series of drone attacks targeting what it describes as key industrial and high-tech hubs within Israel. These sites, allegedly connected to global giants such as Siemens and AT&T, were purportedly targeted due to their strategic importance to Israel's military and civilian capabilities. Tehran's claims highlight a focus on disrupting Israel's technological and logistical frameworks, further complicating the country's ability to respond to these multifaceted threats. The involvement of Hezbollah, a prominent Iranian ally, has added another layer to this complex conflict. Major General Ali Abdullahi, a senior Iranian military commander, praised Hezbollah for what he termed the group's decisive entry into the war on Israel. He further criticized the United States and Israel for underestimating the strength and cohesion of the resistance alliance, a sentiment echoed by Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei. Khamenei has publicly vowed to continue backing Hezbollah politically, financially, and militarily, reinforcing the group's role as a pivotal player in the ongoing confrontation. Hezbollah's involvement has been marked by a series of aggressive maneuvers, including 43 separate attacks on Israeli targets within a single 24-hour period. This level of coordination and intensity underscores the group's capability and willingness to escalate its operations in support of Iran's broader strategic objectives. The group's actions have not only intensified the immediate conflict, but have also raised concerns about the potential for a wider regional confrontation involving other states and non-state actors. Iran's strategy appears to be one of calculated escalation, gradually increasing the scope and intensity of its attacks while framing them as retaliatory measures against perceived Israeli and American aggression. This approach has been reflected in the IRGC's announcement of the 88th wave of Operation True Promise 4, which included missile strikes armed with cluster warheads targeting central Israel. These strikes have caused injuries and panic in densely populated areas, further exacerbating the humanitarian and security challenges facing the Israeli government. The targeting of maritime assets, including a cargo ship associated with Israel, indicates a willingness to extend the conflict to the high seas, potentially disrupting global trade routes and international shipping lanes. This move highlights the multifaceted nature of Iran's strategy, which seeks to challenge Israel on multiple fronts while simultaneously sending a message to the international community about its capabilities and determination. As the conflict continues to unfold, the implications for regional stability and international relations are profound. The ongoing hostilities between Iran and Israel have the potential to draw in other regional powers and escalate into a broader conflict, particularly if key infrastructure or civilian targets are further impacted. The involvement of global corporations, as alleged by Iran, also raises questions about the role of international businesses in conflict zones and the potential repercussions for their operations and personnel. Amidst this backdrop of escalating tensions, the international community faces the challenge of navigating a complex web of alliances and enmities. The situation calls for a nuanced and balanced approach, one that seeks to de-escalate the immediate conflict while addressing the underlying issues that have fueled the current crisis. Diplomatic efforts, regional cooperation, and a renewed focus on conflict resolution and peace building are essential steps toward achieving long-term stability in the Middle East.